All right, so I got it folded back down to this far. One thing I think people don't realize is this does latch also on here. When you fold this down, there's a little lip right here that this latches on. So you got to make sure when you're putting your top down that you latch it all the way down, and that's how you know it's all the way down in the back. So you can see, well, you still can't see crap out of the back of it, especially with a 37 on there, but that's how you know it's locked down and won't flop around while you're driving. Okay, so with those 3 bolts removed, now there's no latches back here. So without those latches and with those 3 bolts removed on both sides, this whole top will come off in one piece. So I'm gonna get my buddy Nick. He's a technician here at the dealership that was giving me a hand. So I'm gonna have Nick help me out here and take this off. Okay, so got it. The top, comes off in one piece, real easy. Pop that off, and yes, that is a real Lightning in there in the shop. It looks nicer on camera than it does in person. It's a little rough, but still, it's a Lightning. So it all comes off in one piece. You can see those little brackets are what were bolted into the back of the Bronco. And then this is where it gave me the fits at the beginning. You can see those 2 bolts and that 3rd hole. I was trying to bolt straight into the Bronco instead of putting these brackets in here that had to come off of the original Bronco. So I'm gonna pull those off real quick. Nick let me borrow some power, so this is a lot faster than the factory deal. Actually, I'm gonna put the phone down because I don't want to be trying to get these bolts out from behind that panel. I guess I just show you real quick how, anybody can do this. I just want to show how simple this is. Literally just clip, 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 boom, your panel's right back in just like that. I will say something to look for is I noticed these little clips right here kind of popped out pretty easy, so you want to make sure that they're locked in, or else this whole panel will be kind of wobbly. So if you pop these out or pop them back in, just make sure there's 2 clips, one on each side, are locked into the panel well and clipped in. Otherwise the whole thing will be kind of floppy back here. Okay, so just to verify, mine is completely put back together. The hard top's ready to go back on. Oh, that's cool. And then everything, I got a couple tools I'm still using, but get that put away in a minute. So all this is ready to go back on the new Bronco that we got the soft top from. Hey, did everybody know the back of the brake light says Raptor backwards? I was thinking about maybe getting a white sticker or something to put in here, because when you're in the Bronco, you really can't see it. And so when you see it at the door, it's just backwards. It's supposed to be able to see it from the mirror so you can read it. So let me know what you guys think, but I think a little white sticker in there or something would make that a lot cooler. All right, so again, back to the original new Bronco. It's got the windows and the top, and then yeah, so this trim piece, you can see how on this one, because it came with a soft top, has just a little cutout there for that bracket to slide down in, whereas mine was straight across. So that panel is different if you have a hard top or a soft top that goes on the sides there. I am going to bolt, I'm gonna bolt these brackets back in here real quick on each side, and then I'm gonna take this one back around to the shop and we're gonna put the top back on it. I wanted to show you all the different pieces that this one has. So again, there where mine said soft top ready, that's the little bracket that those clips on the back of the top clip down to hold it down in place. You can see these are a little different, and the reason is there's a little channel along the front So when you put your soft top window in, there's a channel on the bottom of that bracket, and it'll slide in and then hook into there, and that's what holds the window in. So this little plastic piece you'll need, you can see it's separate. Just take these 3 bolts out and pop it off, pop the new one on, or pop this one on the other one. And then there is that bracket I was talking about that locks the middle down. Actually, there's a lot more room on the other side. Come over here. So you got the 2 in the back, you got the 2 pieces right here on the sides, and then you got these 2 pieces up here that bolt to the roll cage, and then of course those 2 brackets in here, and that's it. That's all it takes to swap a soft top onto a Bronco with a hard top. So those 2 just bolt straight down. You can see the 2 over there and here, and that little pin right there is what, when the top folds up from the back, when it folds up and over and then latches right onto that, and then the front half flops over and latches on the front right there. So that's it. All right, I'm gonna start putting this thing back together. Okay, one more thing. I was a little concerned on these brackets if it mattered which side they go on. Was there a left to right or a front to back? And I flipped them over just to make sure. And there is a part number. And as you can see, they're identical. So it does not matter. You can't flip-flop them around. The only key is when you put them up there, you just want to make sure the pins are on the bottom. It won't even fit if you put the pins on the top. So it goes on like that, pins on the bottom, and that's it. So it doesn't matter left or right, they go either side. Same part number for both brackets. Okay, so we got it lifted in here, and you see how the locating pin just holds that one down, and it needs to slide forward. That maybe needs to slide. That's about perfect. And then that, see how the locating pin fits that slot? Nick, go ahead and push it down, and then you can see just like that. That's all it is. So it's as simple as that. Put your 3 bolts in. It's locked about that, but okay. So right here, one thing I want to point out is, especially with this bolt, hand start it first, because if you screw that up, that's inside the Bronco. You'll never be able to fix that. Somebody surely can, but not me. So yeah, power tools make things so much faster and easier. But make sure you hand start those before you stick them in there. But once they're in there, this baby's on. We're gonna flip it up and put it on. All right, so right here, this unlatches right there, and then this whole piece goes. It's hard to do while I'm holding the phone, so Nick's gonna help me out. Take Nick. Yep. Nope. Back. Oh. All right, just like so. Also be careful on the roll bar. And then this is where I was talking about the latch that I didn't have on my Bronco. So when you bolt these brackets in, that just latches right there. Here, let's take it. That latches just like that. So this middle one actually did not latch down very good. So what we decided is we need to move it forward just a little. So there is just a little bit of movement in the bracket itself. So I'm gonna loosen those just a touch, and then we'll adjust it forward and see if you get everything latched down. So just to be aware, you might have to loosen them and move that just a little. Okay, so we got the top all back on the original Bronco. I will have to say, we had to take it on and off a couple of times to adjust those brackets inside there. Kind of a dumb design, really. So there's brackets on the inside. The two bolts bolt to the inside of the Bronco, and then the frame of the top bolts to that bracket. But the adjustment is in the bracket. Once you bolt the frame to the top on the bracket, you can't get to it. So you have to take the top on and off every time you need to get those adjusted. And we ended up having to keep adjusting it forward to get this latch right here. It wasn't wanting to latch when we brought it down. We finally got it all to line up, got it tightened in, and it's good to go. So a little bit of a pain, more than I was expecting, putting it back on, but no biggie. I'm kind of surprised. I probably just got lucky when I put it on mine because it went right on the first time. So anyway, there it is, soft top. You can take any soft top off of a regular Bronco and it will bolt right onto a Bronco Raptor as long as you move all the brackets over. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps you guys. I know my whole point of this was I've been wanting to maybe add a soft top for the summer, but I sure didn't want to go out and spend $2,500 or $2,000 on a soft top and then not even knowing if it would fit on the Raptor. Because if you look at the best top that's available, that Trek top or whatever, it says not for Raptor. So just want to make sure that that would fit. And again, hope that helps you guys as much as it's helped me today. So I am now going to look for one of these soft tops that somebody doesn't want. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.